Hello, I'm Perry from Reading and Ride, and I'm here to talk to you about, I've misplaced the box, it's here, your box of mystery cheese. And it's a collection of 5 of the best British artisan cheeses that I think work really well at the moment, depending on seasonality. But first, if you don't know us, hello. And secondly, if you do know us, we've got some pretty big news. We won Affineur of the Year. So this is my medal. So it's the first competition of its kind. And Affineur is someone who matures cheese, which obviously we specialise in, using selective pressures, humidity, brushing, turning, washing, temperature, all that business to get the best out of our cheese. And I was awarded this for a cheese that I received in 3 months old, and I matured for 12 months. And some of you lucky devils would have got a bit of taste of Priscilla, the cheese that won. So it was limited to 150, only matured 1 cheese, so I think we still have some left. So depending on the time that you're watching this video, just check on the website, and if you spend over £20, you get a free piece of Priscilla to try a piece of history, you know, as the first Affineur of the year, which I was so emotionally grateful for, whatever. But that's just a little bit about me and a little bit of excitement and great news I wanted to share with you guys. But we're here to talk about the 5 cheeses that are in your box. So first cheese up, let's dive straight into it. First cheese up is a Tom style made down in Gloucestershire by DJ David Jowler, phenomenal cheesemaker. And I just love this cheese at the moment. So you come like this. Let me grab this one. So a nice big round that's there. There's got this lovely filament mold that's on the outside, and you want to brush these down, push those seeds in, create flavour. And if you smell the rind, it's very distinctly forest floor, mushroom, girolles, earthy. But the overall idea of Tom is actually they're quite subtle. So that's why we wanted to try them first. So let me move over here and give this one a little cut and a smell. Yeah, we're getting that mushroom vibe, that forest floor that I was talking about, which is imparted by that rind, which is very atypical of the Tom, you know. Let's give it a go. Good saline start, actually. I like that water, salt, kind of cleansing, which is quite nice. Good primer. Buttery, milky, dairy, subtle. Earthy flavours coming in. More as you kind of get near the rind as you chew. Lovely texture. A little bit of, I described it as like a seltzer tonic kind of note. A little bit fizz at the end. Really Moorish. Loads of butter now. Loads of butter. Which is great. Really great cheese. So that is your Moreton, your first cheese up. Next cheese, God, this looks stunning at the moment. This is Sparkenhoe Red Leicester. In my opinion, it's not protected. The only traditional unpasteurised Red Leicester that's made in the UK. Anything else is cheddar with colouring in it. Cloth bound, aged from 14 to 16 months. But the colour on this is just absolutely stunning at the moment. Look at that, it's just, someone described it as a sunset the other day, which is just stunning. And it's just made in Leicestershire, as you would expect, you know, and it's just a fantastic cheese at the moment. The smell, it's got that kind of vibe that it's going to be a little bit savoury. It feels a little bit cheddary on the nose, you know, but not too overpowering. It's a little bit chilled in here today, actually, so I might not be getting as much aroma as you'd all. There is a bit of nuttiness that's there, like a raw nut that's there. Let's give it a go. I love that. Chewy, typical texture that you find in the Sparkenhoe Red Leicester. Still like a little bit of rigidity. Real miso, umami kind of flavours, and a weird note which I've never detected in there before. I might have to say, it's like a little bit like a touch of smokiness that's there as well, but not like strong smoke. Kind of like a form of maybe fermentation smoked salmon-esque, but not fishy at all. Try and decipher that if you will, that's what I'm feeling. You know, I don't try all these cheeses for a while just so you can try and get the most original reaction from me before I do the video. So Sparkenhoe Red Leicester, amazing. Next cheese up. So I did a little survey. What does summer mean for people in terms of cheese when the sun starts coming up, which is glorious today in the UK. And the biggest one was eat more sheep and goat's cheese. So I really wanted to capture the essence with this, and this is Cerney ash. So it's a goat's cheese which is covered in ash on the outside. A little bit of history, they used to cover ash in goat's cheese because they're more tender. So if they got knocked about, you could throw a bit of ash on there. There's also now modern implications to that as well, where you can control the acidity of the cheese with the ash. Also, it looks really beautiful. Got quite a stark, different colour of balls that's going on. And as you cut into that, I mean, that looks stunning, like the kind of contrast that's there. But yeah, I think this is like the goat's cheese of the summer for me, you know. So let's have a smell. Kind of vinegary citrus, but quite light. Next to no goatiness there. Nothing that's coming through, but really, really easy. Let's give it a taste. I love that as well. Mousse-like texture. Coats the palate, making it a little bit claggy. Citrusy kind of coming through. That lemon, now lemon, definitely lemon. Next to no goatiness. Now that citrus is more vinegar. A little play on a salt and vinegar kind of crisp kind of vibe. So refreshing. I can't eat any more because we need to move on to our next cheese, but God, I want to dive into that. You know, circle back round to that. The experience is short, sharp, clean, easygoing, and it's a good one to just circle back to. Cerney ash, guys, really great. Next cheese up is a little wash rind. Made down in Gloucestershire. So wash rind cheese, for those who don't know, can be washed in beer, cider, brine, you know, and they wash the cheese and you get this lovely little peachy hue. And that's bee linens amongst other things if you did want to get technical about it. This is a really good wash, very, very even on this. Essentially, you kind of promote a breakdown within the cheese, create more complex flavours, create this really nice exterior, but there's one side effect which is it's quite pongy. So this is quite a nice pong, I suppose, actually. It's like a fermented fruit kind of edge, pear kind of apple-y kind of thing, which is great, you know. So let's give this a go. So thick. Very thick on the cut, actually. Quite difficult to cut, which is quite nice. I quite like dense cheeses, you know. So we got a breakdown on the outside, still a bit of coldness in here. Obviously 45 minutes, keep your cheese at room temperature, break down more. Little bit of kind of chalk in the middle. That should aid freshness and make it far more palatable. Yeah, you know, we're getting a little bit more gym socky now, you know. Let's give it a taste. That was a big bit. Buttery, easygoing, challenging salt level, good minerality, peanutty, butter. A little edge of savoury that's there. Nice and like chewy yet palatable, like covering of the palate kind of flavour. The rind's really nice. The rind has a little bit of kind of aggression with it and kind of changes the experience a little bit. Obviously you can eat all your rinds on these cheeses because they're nice and artisan and natural. Delicious. Final cheese, one of my favourites. So this is Young Buck, made in Northern Ireland. It's a Stilton style, but made with raw unpasteurised milk. And it's very gnarly. I mean, the rind is really quite gnarly. Got a piece of sticker stuck to me. Really gnarly that's there. But you get some really big, impactful, aggressive kind of flavours. A nice full stop to the ball. So let's cut into this one and let's see. See, it's got that like fudgy cut to it where it kind of like sticks to the blade a little bit, which I do love. I do love that in cheeses. Yeah, you got that typical, I always say it with blues, with more Stilton styles, that biscuity kind of edge. There's a bitter note that's in there, and there's a sweetness, like a condensed milk sweetness. Not like that aggression, like dull that back a bit, but that's kind of there. Let's give it a go. Drier than I was. Oh no, maybe I'll take that back. Not dry. Kind of smooth, together, dense, and just rip. Oh God, let's have another bit of that. I am a little bit of a blue lover, so I tend to just wander into some area. Sharp piquancy at the start. Sauciness comes in, like a good salt. You know, it's got some kind of body to it. That continued for a while. Savoury. Now the salt is out of the way, we're moving into a savoury element, like a beefy. It is beefy in that kind of area. And then pop. A little bit of kind of like perfume, kind of ethereal. Then we're getting that digestive, hoppy kind of area. And then a little bit of spice from that rind, I think. A little bit of spice that's coming in. A little bit tingly around here, but nothing overly crazy. God, 5 amazing. God, I like this board. I always say that. I suppose I shouldn't be giving myself a pound of back. But 5 really amazing cheeses. And I think because it's a summer, I'm going to gravitate back to the Cerney Ash for me. I really love that cheese. That's great. Closely followed by, do you know what? I'm not going to put them in order. They're all great. So, thank you for joining me and buying a box, supporting us. The people that have supported us over the last 2 years are part of the reason why we're Affineurs of the Year, you know. You can see all the full video online. You know, that was a competition held in partnership with the Academy of Cheese and Quicks. And yeah, I'm absolutely over the moon. So go to our social media pages, Rennet and Rind. You can always see me washing cheeses and explaining what I do in here to make the cheese better whenever I can. And you guys have a great month, weekend, dinner party, whatever you're doing.